Hello and welcome to Mastering Microsoft Excel video series. In this video, we are going to learn about conditional formatting. In simple terms, what is conditional formatting? Highlighting the cells with colors based on condition. Example, if I have a set of 100 values, I want to color the cells which are more than 90. By not doing it manually, it has to color automatically. As and when the value crosses more than 90, it should take the green color. So if you want the coloring should happen automatically based on a condition on a dynamic data, then condition formatting is the best tool for it. So without much ado, let's get into the Excel and let's see how to use this tool. So this is the file we are going to use for learning this conditional formatting. So let's try to understand how do we make use of this tool. Now the first table, they're asking us to highlight the bill amount which are more than 25 lakh. So these values will keep changing, but as and when the value is going beyond 25 lakh, it should get the color. So any color. So the way you should start the condition formatting always is select the data where you want to check the condition and put the color. So where I want to check the condition and put the color, here in this particular column, bill amount. So I'm going to click on the first bill amount, Control Shift down arrow. Okay, so let's start the learning right now. The first situation we're going to take here is they're saying highlight the bill amount which are greater than 25 lakh. Whenever you start conditional formatting, the first thing you have to keep in mind is always select the area which is going to take the color. And when you're selecting, make sure you do not select the header. Header is not part of the condition checking logic here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select the value where I'm going to put the color, which is bill amount. And I'm going to check the condition also in the same column only. Sometimes what happens is condition might be checked in one column. The color might go to a different column. That's why I'm saying when your condition checking column is different and color taking column is different, you will always start selecting color taking column only. So remember the thumb rule in conditional formatting is 2. First, always select the color taking area. Only those cells you have to select. Second, when you select, do not select the header. Okay, so I'm going to select the bill amount without the header, Control Shift and down. So it has selected the value. I'm going to go for conditional formatting, which is in the Home tab, Styles group, conditional formatting, highlight cells because I want to highlight it with the color. Then I have a lot of condition logics here. The condition which I want is greater than, and it's asking greater than what value. I can type 25 lakh manually, or I can type the 25 lakh in a cell and I can refer from that cell also. So let's say, for example, instead of me typing it here, I'm going to want to take it from the D1 cell. Right now, we don't have anything on the D1 cell. So let's clear this box and let's select the D1 cell. Since it is not having any value, it is considered as 0. So every value is highlighted. If you want a different color here, you can go to the drop down nearby, click that downward arrow, go to custom format. You got 4 tabs to work on. You need to decide what type of formatting you want that cell to take when your condition is met. It can be a border, it can be a format, it can be a font color, it can be a cell color. So here what I want is a cell color. So I'm going to choose the blue shade. I'm going to click OK and OK again. But right now it is highlighting everything, but I want to highlight only the values which are more than 25 lakhs. I'm going to type the 25 lakh in the D1 cell, which we have selected. You could see right now it is selecting only those which are more than 25 lakh. Example, if I want to change this value to 45 lakh, automatically it highlights those. So now you know the advantage of selecting it from a cell rather than typing it inside the box. The moment I type the condition inside the dialog box, it becomes static, but when I take it from the cell, it becomes dynamic. So I would suggest take it from the cell. All right. So we have seen how do we do this. Now let's say you want to change your logic. It's not greater than, it's less than. How do you go and change the logic? So again, when you want to change the logic, follow the thumb rules, select the values, right from the first to the last, exclude the header, the color taking area. So let's go to conditional formatting again. This time you will go for manage rules. To edit, to view, to delete, this is the place to go for it. So when you go here, you have applied only one conditional formatting. Every conditional formatting will be showing like a rule, which is nothing but your condition. So we want to edit this rule which we created last time. So we're going to click on, select that and click on edit rule. And let's say instead of greater than, we're going to say less than. And then in case if you want to change the cell reference, you can change it. In case if you want to change the color, you can change it. Click OK and OK again. Now the logic got changed. Okay. Can I apply more than one logic in the same cells? Absolutely yes. For example, a value which are more than 75 lakh, I want to have in different color. So absolutely it's possible. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to go to the conditional formatting, highlight cells greater than. This time I'm going to select this one and I'm going to have a different color by going to the next drop down, fill green shade. Let's take that and click OK and OK. So if I change here to any other numbers, it will go based on that. Okay. So you can have multiple rules on the same area. That is possible. You can edit, you can delete. In case if you don't want it, you can even delete. But remember, for creating, for editing, for deleting, you have to select the area before you go and do anything. So selected it, go to the conditional formatting, manage rules. Whichever rule you want to delete, you can select and you can delete. You want to edit, you can edit. Suppose if you want to remove completely, then you can go to clear rules option. You can say clear rules from the selected or entire sheet if you have done a lot of conditional formatting in that area. Okay, in that sheet. So I'm going to say from the selected cells, it will get removed. Yeah. All right. So we have seen a simple conditional formatting application. Now let's tweak it up and see what best we can do with this. Check out here the next situation. They're saying highlight the payments which are expected in the next 20 days. In the next 20 days, how many payments are expected? So they want us to highlight those payments. Okay. So how do we do that? Let's go ahead and check it. First of all, I have my deadline 20 days by a formula. So equal to today plus 20. So today formula will give you the current date plus 20. We'll add 20 days to it. All we have to do is select those transactions whose due date is falling within 20 days from today. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do this process. So can I go ahead and select the entire data excluding the header? Go to conditional formatting, highlight cells less than this particular date, and I want to have a different format. So let's say I want to have the same blue shade. I want to click OK and OK. Has it done it? No, the entire row did not get selected here. So we want that to happen. So we want to do this in a different way. So whenever you want to highlight entire area, the entire row, okay, then how do you do this process? Similarly, when you want to check a condition in one column but highlight a different area, then this is the step even there also. So I'm going to press Control Z or Control Z to roll back. So first step, before you start the process, select the color taking area. Step number 2, we'll go to conditional formatting. We would not choose any of these choices over here. We will go to new rule. Once you go to new rule, we will choose the last option which says use a formula to determine. So let's go to the box where you can write the formula. We'll type equal to. Okay, select the first checking cell. So we are checking the due dates here. So we're going to select the first cell on that. And we're going to make sure the dollar symbol is in such a way only the column is constant, not the row. So I'm going to use the F4 to make sure it shows $C4 because we want the conditional formatting to check the next values also. Don't get stuck with one value. So make sure you check all the values only for C column. So that's why C is fixed, not the row number. And this value should be less than or equal to this value over here, my target value. Okay, or else I can type today plus 20 even here also instead of referring it from here. that is also allowed, but I'm going to refer it from that cell. But this cell should be constant, which is already having the dollar signs in the right way. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the format button, pick up the shade which I want to apply if the condition is met. Now when I click OK, now you could see that the entire row got highlighted, whichever is satisfying my condition. So let's say I want to highlight the ones which are due in the next 30 days from today. You could see it get highlighted automatically. So this helps me quite interestingly. If I'm going to sort this value by color, remember we learned it during the sorting. I can put this color on the top. Now whichever is colored and appearing on the top is the one I have to prioritize, because those are the payments expected in the next 30 days. So I've shown you how the conditional formatting can be tweaked up a little bit using the new rule along with the dollar sign. And when you put it along with the sorting, then it is amazing to watch it. So let's go ahead and see what else I can do with this conditional formatting. So let's go to sheet 3 and look at the requirement. Highlight the top 3 pending payments. So they want you to highlight the top 3 payment amounts only. So I want to select the payments excluding the header, go to conditional formatting. This time I'm going to go for top and bottom rules because I need top 3. So I'm going to go for the top 10 items. Instead of 10, I'm going to say 3. But we know how to change the color. In case if you want to change the color, you can always do it by going to this drop down, which I'm not going to do it right now because you already learned it. Done. Okay, the same way I can also highlight the bottom 3 using the same method. Go to bottom 10 and I'm going to say bottom 3. But this one I want to have it in a different color. So we can choose a different color. And those will be in different shades. Yeah, good. So let's go to sheet 4 and let's try to understand. They're saying present this data visually. What is this data? First, I have to understand it. Then I have to decide what I want to present visually. So this data is all about pending payment. Okay. So how do I present this visually? So watch it. I want to select the pending payment amount because out of these, the primary area to focus is on the payment monetary value. So I go to conditional formatting. Anything related to visual way of presenting, apart from conditional based coloring, these 3 will help you over there. Data bar, color scales, icon sets. So I'm going to use data bars here. Let's see what is this one going to do for us. Watch it. So it looks like as if a bar graph is created inside our data set, and the length of the bar is based on the value what I have, okay, inside the cell. So we are presenting the data, and the moment I look at the data, I know this is the highest amounts which are pending to be focused on. So data bars are quite amazing when you want to present the numbers as well as some visual representations. Okay. With respect to data bars, it is quite easy to understand as well when I send it to someone. So this really wins on the table when you present this data. These data bars can be used even on a pivot tables, on MIs, reports, tables which you get through sum ifs, count ifs, average ifs, which you have learned in the summarization formula. Even in those tables also you can use them. So you can add up the visual component on your MIs, reports or dashboards using these. Okay, so let's go to the next sheet and let's try to see how do we use the second one, which is color scales. Now what's it? Identify the sales behavior for the products across different territories. So all I want to find out in which territory, which products are selling more. Now this is quite challenging for me with this layout, but see how this is going to be easily handled with the help of this conditional formatting. I go to the condition form, select the data. Remember, I am sticking to the rule. I'm not selecting the header. Condition formatting, I'm going to go for color scales. I'm going to go for the first one here. So the moment I choose first one, see the values, the greenish color goes to the highest value. As the value comes down, it takes the shades of amber, and further down it takes the shades of red. Okay, the more greenish the number is, more the values, and the red shades, the darker the red shades, the values are very low. The moment I could see this area in the middle seems to be is where the products are selling more in these territories. So territory 3, 4, 5, milkshakes, juices, ice creams and biscuits are selling more, and comparatively ice creams are selling the best seller in territory 1. Whereas the worst sales are happening on territory 4, territory 5, on the chips product. So you could see how the color scales are. It's like a heat map, which will help you to understand the behavior of the numbers across the verticals. So let's go to the last and final example on this conditional formatting. So I have a financial year, two financial year numbers over here. I want to calculate the variance between these two. So I want to subtract 23, 24 with 22, 23. Okay. So this is the variance I have for this. So let's say I want to not in percentage. Let's say we want to keep it very simple. Numbers we have it. So this is quite straightforward, but can I add some more visual component to this? So let's go here. I go to icon sets right now. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the first one in this. Okay, so ideally it is showing me something, but what I want to really present is the negative should be in red color arrow, the positive should be in green color arrow. I don't want this yellow. So can I customize it? Absolutely, yes. I want to select these cells again, go to conditional formatting, manage rules. And this is place I can customize these icon sets or color scales or data bars. I can come over here and click on this and edit rule. So whenever you want to customize these guys like data bars, color scales, or icon sets, after you clicked on edit rule, check out here, you might see something called percent. Change them to number. They are ready for your customization. Ideally, if you see, that's all we got to do because it's already taken it up. See, watch it. The green arrow is going to be given when the value is greater than or equal to 0. So in my case, it's not greater than or equal to greater than 0. Okay. And yellow will be applied to the value which is less than or equal to 0 and greater than or equal to 0. So ideally, there will not be any value which is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 0. When it is less than 0, the red is going to be given. So value less than 0 means negatives will be less than 0, positives will be greater than 0. So our settings are already in place. All we have to do is click OK and OK again. There you go. So this gives a visual component to your representation, and it says this is down by 24.63 millions. This is up by 13.57 million. In case if you want to do it in percentage calculation, the differences, you can still do it, but the logic of applying the conditional formatting would remain the same. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. In this video, I've shown you how to use the conditional formatting in Excel with different applications we have seen. Okay, so do download this file using the downloadable link in the description section. Practice it and check out these cool features like data bars, color scales, and icon sets. Explore them. And in case if you got any questions or any issues, you can always post it in the comment section. I'll be happy to respond to that. So we'll meet again with another interesting input. Until then, signing off, Hariharan.